Hello students, I am Vandana Bhoyer telling you more about classification in plants and animals with the help of adaptation. So, while studying this, first we'll know how will I introduce the world of living things. The world is full of variety of animals and plants. Some have colorful flowers, some grows in water, some on land, and some plants they have specific characteristics that they are growing in desert only. Some plants are found in snowy region, some plants have different canopy, and some are showing very rare characteristics, some are microscopic or some are very used. Similarly, like plants, animals too, they are showing variety. It means they are unicellular, it means they are microscopic, some are multicellular, they are able to see very easily. Again, they are classified into various categories like vertebrates, invertebrates. They are aquatic, terrestrial, amphibian, reptiles, aerial, etc. and so on. So, the question is, students, have you ever thought why camel can easily survive in desert? Why the coniferous trees flourish only in snowy region like Kashmir? So, all these things are related with a special characteristic feature, that is adaptation. Adaptation means not a particular characteristics but it's a change that anybody can adjust according to the environment. And it's not a sudden change, it takes place over a long period of time. So students, what is adaptation? Adaptation means the adjustment of a living being towards its surrounding for the survival is known as adaptation. So first of all, we'll see classification in plants according to the mode of nutrition. It means the plant that can prepare their food by their own, they are autotrophic, and those who cannot prepare their food by their own, they are heterotrophic. So first of all, we'll see the plant that grows in water, how they are adapted. Most of the aquatic plants that grows in water, they have flat leaves, or sometimes they have very needle shaped leaves and slender body so that they can withstand with the fast water current. They have air spaces in stems and petioles that are also useful in floating with water. Most of the aquatic plants, they have waxy coatings on stem and leaves. Now we'll see the adaptation in desert plant. Desert plants are either leafless or they have leaves like a needle, or sometimes leaves are modified into thorns. Example, cactus. As we know, cactus grows in desert, and the trees that grows in desert like acacia, their roots penetrate deep into the soil in search of water. In cactus, as we know, the stem is participating in food making process due to the absence of leaves. It has a thick stem that avoid loss of water. Now we'll see adaptation in plant that grows in snowy region. In snowy region, we see the plant that grows, they have conical. The plant that grows in snowy region, they are conical in shape due to slopy branches. Slopy means their branches slip toward the ground, and that's why they can withstand in heavy rainfall also. It means it cannot accumulate snow. It prevents the snow to accumulate on its body and can survive easily. It also has needle-shaped leaves and thick bark that also help them to protect from the severe cold. Now, adaptation of the plant that grows in forest area. In forest, we see variety of animals, variety of plants. The plant that grows in the jungle, they grows very tall. Why they grows very tall? In the forest, they are getting more rainfall. Similarly, the plantation is also very high, very thick, but each plant requires sunlight to prepare its food, and that's why it grows straight towards the sky so that each can get a proper sunlight for the food preparing process. And hence we see in the jungle trees are straight and grows toward the sky, even though the climber also grows high with the help of trees. Now, adaptation in grassland. In grassland, we see very diverse grasses and bushes are grows. They have fibrous roots. These grasses, when they are seen in equatorial area, they grows very tall. In cold area too, but we see in cold area they grow very short. In vast meadows or in hilly areas too, we see grasses are found mostly. Adaptation for indigestion of food in plants. It means the plants that cannot prepare their food, they are heterotrophic that we seize. Now we'll see how heterotrophic plants prepare their food. First of all, we'll see the types of heterotrophic plant. Heterotrophic plants are various types. They are also having their categories depending on the living pattern. It means some plant mutually living together, or sometimes one plant can grow on other plant completely without giving anything to it. Some plant grows in dead decaying matter and some can trap insect. In rainy season, mostly we see dodder plant. Do you know dodder plant? The plant that do not have leaves but have wire-like structures and spread on other plant, sucking its nutrients. So, in dodder-like plant, as it is not green, it cannot prepare its food. So, in such cases, they have sucking roots. These sucking roots, they go through into the vascular bundle of the host plant and absorb nutrients from the host plant and survive. Now, saprophytes. Saprophytes, you are very familiar with this category because at home too, the stale food like chapati or bread, we mostly see fungus grows on it. So, such type of plants are called saprophytes. In saprophytes, the plants, they grows on dead decaying matter because they do not green, they do not have leaves, they do not have chlorophyll, and hence they do not perform photosynthesis. So, bacteria and fungus, these are the examples. Now, symbionts. Symbionts means when two living organisms, they are mutually living together by mutual benefit to each other, they are called symbionts. Like lichen plant. In lichen, bacteria and virus, algae, symbionts. In this, two living plants are mutually living together with the mutual benefit to each other called symbionts, and the condition is known as symbiosis. In lichen and mycorrhiza are examples of symbionts. Here algae and fungus both can live together by mutual understanding. Insectivorous plants. Insectivorous plants, you are knowing it very well. So, the plant that catches insect for the fulfillment of its nutrient, these plants are called insectivorous plant, like Venus flytrap and sundew. On the other hand, the insectivorous plants are capable of manufacturing carbohydrates due to the presence of chlorophyll, but since they grow in swampy soil which are not deficient in nitrogen, they cannot synthesize enough protein. They overcome with this deficiency by catching small insects and digesting them. For this purpose, the leaves are having specially modified structure, and they are able to trap small insect like pitcher plant, sundew, Venus flytrap. So here students, I think you are getting to know about the classification in plants. So we will meet in the next PowerPoint presentation where I will explain the classification in animals. Thank you.